Your Majesty at your service. Welcome to Fair Queen Talks. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of my podcast, Generosity. The month of December is unlike any other month. It hosts many festivities to all kinds of causes and religions. One that may be familiar to many, and we are currently seeing everywhere, is the one of Christmas. Some may argue that Christmas is a commercial holiday that profits off the generosity that people want to show one another. Others will argue that Christmas is a complete makeover of pagan winter holidays caused by early Christian missionaries. For some, Christmas is a holy day because it's a time of year that the birth of Jesus Christ is celebrated, hence the name Christmas. And for a lot of people, Christmas is a time of year for loved ones to gather together and for individuals to be generous in a variety of ways to show love and care to others. In this episode, I want to explore the idea of generosity. In the spirit of being generous to others, I want to ensure that we show that same level of generosity to ourselves. A popular question at this time of year is, what are you giving? I must say that this is a very different question for children, as they are encouraged to make their wishes known and focus on what they would like to get. Since recording the last episode, I've gotten in the mood for celebrating Christmas. I cannot ignore being happy whilst being surrounded by such bright lights and hearing the sounds of amazing Christmas music. Being a natural thinker, I really had to ask myself the importance of giving. This led me to look up the word generosity. These are my findings. Generosity is a quality that's a lot like unselfishness. Someone showing generosity is happy to give time, money, food, or kindness to people in need. Generosity is a quality like honesty and patience that we all probably wish we had more of. When you show generosity, you might give away things or money, or put others before yourself. But generosity is more than just giving cash and stuff. When you're forgiving and gentle to people, you show generosity of spirit. If you give others help or credit, that shows generosity. The world would certainly be a better place if more people showed generosity to others. Upon reading this definition, I was struck by the idea that putting others before yourself and the fact that being generous focuses on someone other than yourself. Now, I don't know about you, but I find at times that I'm kinder to others than myself. For example, if someone comes to me with a question or situation and asks for my opinion, I always make sure that the other person is uplifted because I want to leave the other person feeling secure in themselves. However, when I turn the table to myself, I don't always share the same level of care. Earlier this week, I missed a very important appointment, and I felt so disappointed in myself. I called myself names that I would never dare to call someone else. I spoke unkindly towards myself in my head and about myself out loud. The people around me who were aware of my situation showed me so much more compassion and kindness I showed myself. They were generous with their words, and it took some time for me to receive them as truth. This generosity in turn made me consider being more generous to myself. Sometimes we are the person in need. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves and be gentle in the way that we see, think, and speak about ourselves. Being generous is not only about what we give others, but also what we give to ourselves. A well-known scripture in the Bible, Matthew 22:39, reads, "Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." A definition I love about what it means to love yourself is the following. Self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that supports our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness. Self-love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others. This definition speaks volumes, and I think that if we are able to do this, we can show generosity to others in a manner that does not damage our well-being, does not damage our growth, our happiness, and especially during this Christmas season, does not damage our bank accounts. Being generous to others shouldn't be at the expense of ourselves. I've read countless of articles of people putting themselves in financial or even emotional hardships to show generosity towards others during the Christmas season. In a time of year and in a time of the world where people are losing their jobs and businesses due to the global pandemic, surely this Christmas shouldn't be about giving material objects. Rather, it should be about being generous with giving our time and attention to each other. And hopefully, we are actually able to see a few loved ones in the flesh and others virtually. Hopefully, we can give each other hugs and make each other laugh. Hopefully, we can be generous to ourselves and remember to value the things that are priceless. It's truly my hope that the spirit of generosity is not only prevalent during December, better yet, it should be all year round, not just to others, but also ourselves. So whatever you're up to this upcoming Christmas, whether you celebrate it or not, always keep in mind, what can I give to others and myself? If you haven't got on your mask while you're outside, remember to smile to those that you see. And to those who stare at you for longer than 3 seconds, a simple hello will do wonders. It is in the small things that we do that the greatest things happen. Be giving and generous always. At the end of each episode, I address the Queendom. When you truly love yourself, you can love others in a way that brings you joy and happiness. Being generous is not about material objects. Kindness in all forms, and especially to yourself, goes a long way. Thank you so much for listening to Fairy Queen Talks. See you next time.